Good morning, class 11th. Today we are starting up with the topic of protein. In the previous sections of this chapter, we have already completed about the carbohydrates. So the next biomolecule which we will be discussing is protein. You all know enough about protein. The basics is clear, I think. You have already studied about protein in class 9th, and since then you are studying that protein are the building blocks, or you can say protein are the body builders. And the term protein was coined by Berzelius in 1939, and this term is derived from a Greek word proteos, which means the first, pro or primary. Okay, so this protein is of primary importance according to the name which it has. Okay, so these are the most important and abundant constituent of the protoplasm and makes up to 12 to 13% of its weight. They contain carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, and beside these elements sometimes they may have sulfur, phosphorus also to be present. They are the these are the macronutrients that are essential in the building block, building the muscle mass, and they are commonly found in many products, many animal products, like this. You can see the images here. Animal products like meat, flesh, and then nuts, legumes, all these things, milk, pulses, eggs, all these contain protein. Chemically speaking, proteins are the polymers of amino acids. That means amino acids join together to form long chains of proteins. Okay, long chains of amino acid form a specific protein. These amino acids are covalently linked to each other by a special kind of bond which is called as peptide bond. See here the image. You can see the colorful balls which are appearing here. These are the amino acids. These amino acids are joined by the black portion, black line you can see here. This is the peptide bond. See here, these are the amino acids, different amino acids or similar amino acid, same amino acid or different, any sequence of amino acid will be present in the protein. In a specific kind of protein, only specific amino acids will be present in a particular sequence to give them a property of that protein. Okay, so two amino acids are joined by a peptide bond here. You can see the peptide bond, and these are the amino acids, the colored bond. So this is a protein structure. The primary structure, you can say the simplest structure of the protein is that of a chain which shows all the amino acids bound to each other in this linear fashion. Clear? Now let us discuss some few points about amino acids. Amino acids, the structure first of all. It has a central carbon. This carbon is attached to different groups of different groups at different sides. First is the amino group, this amine NH2 amino group, then the carboxyl group, that is COOH, then carbon, this is attached to hydrogen, then we have a side chain. Okay, so these are the four structures, what do you call, the side chains which are attached to the central carbon. All these four bonds of carbon are attached to four different groups, and so it becomes asymmetrical. You know asymmetric and symmetric carbon. Asymmetric carbon is a carbon which is attached to all different four groups at four sides. You know the valency of carbon is 4, so it will have four things attached, four side chains attached. When the central carbon is having all the four different groups attached, it will be called as asymmetric or chiral, and this will show optical activity. You will be studying about optical activity in chemistry, which is a characteristic of rotating or behaving particularly in the plane of polarized light, having some optical, showing some kind of optical activity. Okay, Now there is one amino acid which has, instead of this R group here, R is the side chain organic carbon, the alkyl group. This, instead of R chain, it has a hydrogen there. So in that case, this central carbon is attached to two hydrogens. So will that carbon will be a chiral carbon? No, that will not be a chiral carbon, and that will not show optical activity. That amino acid is glycine. You need to remember this. If the central carbon, the structure of glycine will be, the central carbon will be attached to hydrogen from one side and hydrogen from other side, and the two groups remain the same, that is amino group at one side and carboxyl group at the other side. This will be the glycine. Okay, when R chain is not there, but only hydrogen group is attached, only hydrogen atoms are attached to the alpha carbon or the primary carbon, this alpha carbon. Okay, then it becomes a non-chiral carbon, because two groups are attached which are same. So glycine is very important amino acid, because it is the only amino acid, simplest amino acid, which is present, and it will not show any optical activity. Clear? Now let us quickly discuss about the types of amino acids. The amino acids can be of three types: neutral, acidic or basic. Let us first discuss about the acidic one. See here, this is the first carbon. The first carbon is attached to two groups. One is amino group and the other is COOH group, carboxyl group, and there is a chain. In the side chain there is another carboxyl group present. So overall there are two carboxyl groups present in the amino acid. So the overall nature is acidic. So such kind of amino acids which have an extra, or when we talk about overall carboxyl acid groups present, they have an extra, they have more carboxyl groups in them as compared to the basic amine group. Then the whole amino acid will be called as an acidic amino acid. Like the example which I have shown here is the aspartic acid. Okay, similarly we have many other amino acids also, like glutamic acid, glutaric acid, which have an excess carboxyl group attached to them, and then they will be called as the acidic amino acid. Similarly, basic amino acids will have an extra amine group. When we talk about the overall structure of the basic amino acid, these will have, of course they will have the carboxyl acid group present. It is the basic nature of all the amino acids. Presence of one carboxyl group is essential. But in addition to one amine group, there are 1, 2 or 3 more amine groups present in the side chain. Okay, this is the side chain, this is the chiral carbon, and to the chiral carbon the side chain is attached. Now in the side chain there is an amine group present also. So overall there are two amine groups present. So the overall nature of this kind of amino acids becomes to be basic. For example, lysine, arginine, etc. Now coming on to the neutral. Neutral amino acid, as the name says, the number of carboxyl groups will be equal to the number of amine groups. So it will be neutral. It can be 1, it can be 2. In the cases 2 amine groups are present as well as 2 carboxyl groups are present in the side chain. Okay, the basic, this first carbon structure remains the same, only the side chain is changing in each case. You can see here the basic structure remains the same. The basic structure remains the same, whereas only there is a change in the side chain. Okay, clear? So these are the three types of amino acids.